What's up guys, hey Anthony here. Today at inGear we have two awesome bikes. We want to talk about them, but we want to give you the short, quick answers to some of your questions. We have the HyperScrambler 2 and we have the X-Class 52 volt from Ariel Rider. So the main difference is this bike is more expensive, but it has a lot more features. This bike is more affordable, but it's limited on some of the features. So that's the quick answer of the difference. If you want to know more, stay tuned for the video. Here we go. All right, so let's go over some of the differences and the safety features, starting with, we have the side mirrors. Again, super important. You can see this in some of our other videos, but it's nice to be able to see what's going on behind you without having to turn and take your eyes off what's happening in front of you. The light comes on by a switch, so you can just manually press or depress that and just get the light to turn on versus fiddling around with a display to try to get the lights to turn on. This bike also has blinkers front and rear, which is massively important, not only to alert drivers what's going on, but also riders behind you. So massive safety feature that I think is missed on a lot of other bikes. Also, one of the things that's awesome is it has a horn. It's super loud. And that's a really important feature because sometimes when you're riding really fast down a bike path or a street and you want to be able to alert people to move out of your way or that you're going to be coming up behind them, it's important to be able to get their attention. And so yelling, or trying to whistle or something like that to let people know that you're there doesn't always work. So the massively loud horn is a way to go. Some of the other features for safety, obviously we talked about the blinkers front and back. Rear brake light. It illuminates when you press it, and that we're gonna find on both bikes. And I almost forgot, comes with 3 keys, which is a lot of keys, but in case you lose one, but it has an alarm. And I know, again, a lot of people, they're like, oh, why don't you just add an alarm? I don't want to add an alarm. I want it to come on my bike. So awesome safety feature. It has an alarm mode, it has a lock mode, and it can't actually start without the key in the ignition. So the key to ignition is also a safety feature that does not come on the Ariel Rider X-Class 52 volt. All right, so the safety features on this bike are very limited. As you can see, the tail light does not illuminate as bright as the other display that we just saw on the juiced bike. And there is no horn, but it comes with this bell, which is not even close to as loud as what that horn is.
Safety.
Safety first. Nabisco. You remember those commercials? Man, you're too young, that's weird. Too young. So this is really the only safety feature, honestly. Like the brake light goes on just a little bit and you get a bell ding. Other than that, you have the headlight. It's fairly dim. It's a cool look, but on the road, it just doesn't give as much light broadcast on the street. It seems like it's a little bit more for aesthetics, but at least it does look cool. So that's really it for the safety features. Honestly, what you're paying for when you're getting the more affordable bike is a stripped down version. That's something that doesn't have as many safety features or extra features versus when you move over to the juiced bike, you really are paying a little bit more to get not only the option for 2 batteries, but all of these safety features. So I think when it comes to features, this bike wins all day long. All right, so one of the other features, differences that I wanted to discuss real quick is the way that the handlebars attach to the neck. It has these 4 Allen keys, kind of a clamp style, so you can rotate the handlebars back and forth, but there's only 1 point of swivel in this. When you move over to here into the X-Class, there's 2 swivel points. First, you have the original one, similar to what Juiced has, but it's not a locked neck. There's an additional swivel to give you the ability to rotate the handlebars forward and this direction. Now here's what I don't like about that. I've owned 2 X-Classes and both times this knuckle has come loose. And one time it made me wreck really hard. Like it was awful. I had to ditch the bike and that sucked.
Are you okay, dude?
Handlebars clip forward? Yeah, the handlebars were sketched.
Maybe it's good I didn't get that on video so Hannah doesn't see you having...
You didn't get it on video?
I don't think so.
They went, and I went, that's right. Little battle wound. Okay, so one of my favorite features on any bike is the long saddle seat because my wife and I tend to go camping a lot, road tripping, and so having the ability to unload it off the truck, cruise around, check out a new town, with a long saddle makes it possible. But one of the things that the juiced bike does not have is a set of pegs. It has holes for pegs, but that's something that they didn't add in stock, which I wish they would have. However, the X-Class comes stock with great pegs. But what do you need if you're going to ride tandem with pegs? You need a long saddle. So it's kind of a weird trade-off. You can custom order a long saddle, but I know that they're kind of hard to get, so good luck. So both of these bikes have dual suspension, both front and rear, which is really great, makes it ride really smooth. They both have a 1,000-watt motor, which definitely has some get up. Let's talk about the speed, because obviously that's something that we all care about. We want it to go fast. Overall, it's really comparable. In all of our experiments, it kind of varied, but they're very similar. This bike's a lot heavier, and so maybe with single battery, we might have been able to see if this bike actually outperformed this bike, but they're so similar, it was really hard to tell. I think the top speed that's documented, this bike does go a little bit faster, but again, it's a lot lighter, has a lot less features, so you decide. All right, so boom, price tag. Which one is going to be more expensive? It is this one, hands down. With the single battery, it is $3,000. If you add the battery, the second battery, it's $3,500. And then if you move over to here, the X-Class, it comes in at $2,200. So you're looking at an $800 price difference, or if you want an additional battery, a little bit more. But I recommend having a double battery, just gives you more power and fun time on the road. So there you have it, there's the price difference. All right, so our overall experience is really that these two bikes are a lot of fun, and it really is gonna suit whatever your needs are, and that's why you have to decide which bike is best for you. They're both incredibly comfortable, incredibly smooth, and a ton of fun. So love to hear your thoughts on which bike you went with and why. You can get a link to these bikes in our description below, and stay tuned for our next video coming up right now. Hyper Scorpion 2. Dang it. Hyper Scorpion 2. Dang it. Blah. Hyper, sheesh, man. Okay, here we go. Okay. HyperScrambler. Okay. Scorpion 2. Here we go. What did I?
Hyper Scorpion.
Bro, I was even reading the HyperScrambler 2. Okay, I'm just not even gonna say it.
Well, you have to say the name of the bike.
Okay, I got it this time. I got it this time. Ready? All right, here we go. The quick facts with the HyperScrambler. Buddy, what's happening? My brain is not communicating with my mouth. Scrambler. Scrambled eggs. There you go. Got it. Scrambled eggs. Baldy. Baldy. Hyper scrambled eggs. Okay.